Seminoles weren't always known as the Seminole Tribe, but they were known as the Creek people. The Seminole Tribe lived in the Florida area. The Seminoles have lived in their land for hundreds of years. As Europeans came to settle in the United States, the government wanted to kick out the 5 civilized Indian tribes to the far west of Mississippi. On May 28, 1830, the Indian Removal Act was approved. The Seminoles did not agree that it was fair. They heard that the U.S. were planning to attack, and the Seminoles decided to take things into their own hands. In the Second Seminole War, the Seminoles were led by Osceola. The Second Seminole War began in 1835 and ended in 1842. It was the longest war of Indian removal. The war caused the Seminoles to run and flee, and the war caused them to build a new type of housing called a chickie. The chickie was easy and fast to build. While hiding from the U.S. troops, the chickies were made by cypress logs and palm trees. They were woven together to make a roof, but no walls. The Seminoles were first in northern Florida, but as U.S. troops attacked them, the Seminoles moved south to the Everglades. In the Everglades, they had perfect needs for life, such as water, food, and shelter. The climate of South Florida was very humid and wet, and tropical, which was good for the crops which women would grow. The land of the Everglades is a swampy area which had rivers and big patches of land. Since the Seminoles were surrounded by a lot of water, their main technology was canoes. The crops they cropped were squash, beans, potatoes, tobacco, corn, and pumpkins. The men did the hunting, and they hunted for deer, wild turkeys, rabbits, alligators, and turkeys. The men used bow and arrows, and the fishermen used fishing spears. As the settlers moved into the U.S., the Seminoles established trading posts, which helped them a lot to get new tools and technology. For the trading posts, the women made dolls that were dressed as the Seminoles. The crops and the trades sometimes were used for the Seminole clothing, which was a dress for the woman and a long-sleeve shirt and pants for the men. The women also wore glass beads as much as they could afford. The patchwork and basket weavings for the Seminoles were very known until today. The Seminoles did a tradition called the green corn ceremony. The first thing they do is plant corn. After a couple of months, the second thing they do is harvest ceremony. And the final ceremony is the green corn dance. It is a renewal for their god that grew the corn and the plants. To this day, the Seminoles continue their traditions in the Seminole Reservation in Florida, which is also a tourist location today.